The American male is apparently not sending their best swimmers out there into the pool. American men suddenly have a devastatingly low sperm count, but hey, at least we got an approximation as to why this is happening. Experts know why. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. last week issued a dire warning about the state of the nation's fertility. Health and Human Services Secretary said today the average teenager in this country has 50% of the sperm count, 50% of the testosterone as a 65-year-old man. Yo, the 71-year-old continued in the Oval Office on Thursday. Our girls are hitting puberty 6 years earlier, and that's bad. It's also our parents aren't having children. Well, yeah. I mean, there's in regards to fertility, there's not a lot of good stuff to report on, if we're going to keep it a buck. Now the Daily Mail has spoken to 3 experts who say RFK Jr. is bringing important attention to an issue that has been worried about for decades. However, they added it did not appear his claims were completely true, as they were unaware of any data showing teenagers had testosterone levels half as high as a 65-year-old man. Yeah, but it's still not great, because we've seen other reports before. I'm pretty sure I've done videos on this stuff, and yeah, they're significantly lacking, if not by half. It's pretty staggering, the comparisons between your young millennial, Gen Z, or Gen Alpha male. The experts warn studies do suggest sperm counts appear to be trending downward across the generations, which may be driven by higher obesity rates and sedentary lifestyles, as well as exposure to environmental pollutants such as plastics. Yes, on girls entering puberty early. They also said that while we're not aware of any evidence that shows it's happening 6 years early, studies do show that the age of the first period is also trending to earlier in life. And why exactly is that? Because it's definitely not an evolutionary thing. There's got to be some other factors at play. I've heard of a couple of them before, but let's see if they get brought up here. Dr. Stephen Lazaru, a reproductive endocrinologist at a Boston IVF, told the Daily Mail, "I think there's a general sense that testosterone levels may indeed be declining across the male generation. There's some evidence or some speculation that there may be a contributing environmental or lifestyle factors, and we believe that might be secondary to more sedentary lifestyles and increasing obesity rates." Dr. David Schusterman, a urologist who runs a men's fertility clinic in New York City, added, "I have seen the testosterone levels that are on decline in my clinic, especially even for younger men, and that may be what Kennedy is trying to draw attention to." Well, yeah, he was saying testosterone rates for younger men. I kind of think, yeah, you got that. I'm glad you got a PhD, because you really need it for that. In some cases, these men appear otherwise normal. You know, they are not overweight or have other risk factors that would put them at a higher risk. Our RFK Jr. Made the comments at a press conference hosted by Donald Trump. Yes, Thursday at the time this article was printed, but yeah, this information is still very important. Spokesperson of the Department of Health and Human Services said Secretary Kennedy is sounding the alarm on a public health issue. Others are too timid, politically cautious to confront. A growing body of peer-reviewed research shows significant declines in sperm counts over the past decades, and pretending that this isn't a serious trend is irresponsible. They pointed to 2 studies from 2017 and 2022, which both warned that sperm counts have dipped 52% among men from 1973 to 2011. Testosterone is the male sex hormone, and is behind secondary male characteristics such as a deeper voice and facial hair. It peaks in men in their early 20s and gradually declines by about 1 to 2% each year, which researchers say is a natural part of aging. But it's also quite essential for males to have a healthy amount, because otherwise, well, you just end up with, so these are some of the side effects of a low testosterone: low sex drive, erectile dysfunction, fatigue, decreased muscle mass, depression, memory issues, weak bones, increased belly fat, diabetes, and heart disease. So yeah, if men don't have the right amount of hormones in their body, things are going to end up being significantly fucked up. And because there are several mental health practitioners and some GPs that are out there that are just more pill pushers as opposed to problem solvers, this is why this problem, even though it's been going on for a while, has just been masked and forgotten. But now that we have people that are in charge that are taking this stuff seriously, we might actually get to the root problem of why the kids aren't really all right. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.